So I just got my braces tightened. It hurts to even talk right now, but the videos must go on, right? So, really, uh, sure. So today's video is about uh, coming to terms and coping with things that you can't control, right? And this is actually a core tenet of, I guess, like Stoic philosophy, right? Um, it's this idea that there's no point in getting about caring about things that you can't control, right? Like it's that saying like there's no use crying over spilled milk, right? But it's slightly different. It's more there's no use crying over like it raining outside today, right? Like I think it's all stupid to like you can like okay like you could say yeah this weather sucks, but there's no use in letting the weather upset you, right? Because why would you let the weather bring your mood down when the weather is not something you can control, right? It just is the way it is, right? So that's the idea, right? There's so many things in life that you can't control. So why let it bother you? But why let it bother you, right? And to some extent, I mean, I think the the philosophy holds some weight, right? Like, I just had my braces tightened, right? And I've had braces for 9 years now. That's a separate story. We'll go down another day, right? But I've had braces for 9 years now, and because of my jaw, right? Like, you see how it's like shifted forward, right? Um, so yeah, and I mean it hurts like hell, right? And it's hurt like hell for 9 years, but it's something I can't control, right? It's because I was born with an underbite, and that's just the way things are, right? So yeah, why cry over something you can't control, right? And I think that's the central topic of today's episode, right? Like, there's so many things in this world that we can't control. So why bother getting upset with them, right? And I know it's easier said than done, right? Like, it's frustrating, right? That there's something it's completely out of your power, and you can't do anything to fix it, and it is what it is, right? And it's frustrating. Like if you're unattractive, or you're short, or even unattractive, you can get plastic surgery, right? But if you're short, you're short, right? Like um, there's no use over crying over the fact that you're short, or if you're born Asian, right? Or black, or Latinx, or whatever, right? So yeah, there's that. I mean, there's a lot of things in life um, that's out of your control, right? To some extent, you can argue that everything in life is out of your control because it was all predetermined, right? And if that's the case, if everything is predetermined, then there's no use in getting mad over anything, right? And that's another way you can interpret this. Um, because literally, you didn't choose to you didn't choose to live the life you're living, and you didn't choose anything really, right? Almost everything is predetermined by your genetics and just the place you were born in, right? So, I mean, really, is there use in getting mad over anything, right? That's definitely a way you can interpret it. Maybe it's a bit much, right? Um, I mean, you can logically make an argument for everything in the world being predetermined, and you can logically make an argument for not caring about things that you can't control, right? So, therefore, you can logically make an argument about nothing in the world mattering, right? But even if that's the case, right? Even if things that you can't control don't matter, and even if nothing in the world matters, and you should not get mad at them, you are gonna get mad at them, right? Like, no matter how much you know that death is something out of your control and you can't control it, you're still gonna get mad at the world, because it's unfair, right? If someone you love dies in a car crash, it's seemingly unfair, right? Like why me, right? Is the idea. And while there's no use in getting mad at the world for letting the car crash happen, we can't help it, right? Because that's just the way, like, humans are very flawed and imperfect beings, right? So there's that, right? And I mean, I get it, it's a lot easier said than done, right? Like, logically, sure, it's there's no use crying over the weather, right? But like, you will let the like it's hard to not let the weather affect you, right? Like, if you go outside and it's like 100 degrees outside and it's humid as hell, you're gonna get upset, right? It might like bring down your mood a bit. If you go outside and the weather is amazing, it's gonna bring up your mood a bit, right? Stoic. That's the philosophy we're talking about. But it's not. It's impossible to not let it affect you. So why do we? But we no matter regardless, we still do let it affect us, right? Um. So how do you minimize that, right? How do you how do you become more stoic, basically, or how do you not get mad at um, the world, right, for the way it is? And I mean, in a lot of ways, like, you just have to go through it and accept it, right? Like, I think I've been through the same bullshit so many times that, like, I've come to the realization that, like, no matter how unfair my situation is with my jaw, and how fucked it is, and how much it hurts, and how much pain it's caused me, there's nothing I can do about it, right? So I might as well just suck it up and deal with it, right? Because that's just the way it is, right? And no amount of whining is gonna change the way it is. So I mean, for me at least, there's also a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Having that light helps a lot to help you get through it, right? Like, knowing that there's an end in sight, it gives you hope, right? And hope is a very, very strong thing, and it will get you very, very far, right? But if I didn't have a birth, if I had something like, if I was missing two arms at birth, right, or if I couldn't walk, and there is no end in sight, right? That's just the way it is. I think at some point, you learn to live with that, right? And I think, like, we all have had done this to some point, right? Like, you come to terms with the fact that you're Asian, or that you're black, or that you're Hispanic, or that you're white, right? Whatever. I think every every race has its benefits and its drawbacks, right? But I mean, to some extent, like, even if you disagree with that, there's a country in the world where they will accept you more because you are their race, right? I don't. It doesn't matter what ethnic background you come from. There is a country in the world that will treat you better than a random white guy because you are from that ethnic background, right? Or they will inherently have more trust in you, right? So yeah, every race has its benefits and drawbacks, right? But the point is that, like, we all have come to terms with this, right? Like, no one gets mad that they were born they're born Asian, right? Even though, yeah, it'd be much better to be born white, right? I mean, it's just the way it is, right? Like, no one gets mad at the fact that like, no one gets mad at their ethnicity, right? You just make do with what you have, right? And you just have to have the attitude towards a lot of things, right? Um, like, sorry, it's really hurting to talk right now. Um, like, it's just you just have the same attitude towards everything in life, right? Like, if like you either don't worry about the things that you can't control, or don't worry about the past that you could have controlled, right? Worry about the future and the present that you can control, right? Like, if you get fired at work, that's something out of your control, right? And maybe it wasn't in your control. Maybe you fucked up, right? It is in the past, right? Just learn and move on, right? I feel like that's the healthiest way you could deal with it, right? And then in many ways, like, I know it's hard, right? And it's not that, like, your feelings are invalid, if like you should you should be you shouldn't be shamed for being upset about like a situation, right? But don't let that consume you, right? Like you should still it's a ballad. Uh ballad. Like you should still persevere through that, right? And I mentioned this in a sonnet. I mentioned this in an older video, but um I don't know any of these. Yeah, I mentioned this in an older video, right? But uh like there's there's so much in this world that you can't control. So why I genuinely don't know what this is. A cross. I don't know what that is. Um, yeah, there's so much in this world that you can't control. So why even bother getting upset at it, right? And yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I don't know, this video might have been a little disjointed. I mean, again, I'm really like struggling to talk right now. Um, the point is that there's no use in crying over the weather, right? If it rains, it snows. It's there's sunshine, there's winds. Why bother crying, right? And you should have that attitude towards life, right? Regardless of what the world throws at you, it is the way it is, and you make the best of a bad situation, right? Like you're dealt a certain hand of cards, and there's no use in crying over the hand that you're dealt, right? Because you already bet your money, and you already played the hand. So just make the best of that situation, right? And sometimes you just fold and you accept that it is what it is, and sometimes you double down and fight against the odds, right? Yeah, that's that. I know it's a shorter video, but like it's really killing me to talk right now. So yeah, bye guys. Good night. Subscribe.